Hello, this is Arielle from Inconspicuous Bear, and I'll be narrating the heroic version of the Elerethe Renferal encounter in Emerald Nightmare from a Guardian point of view. We'll start with Phase 1 of the encounter, which is a split role encounter, and Guardians are ideally suited to one role over the other. So for that role, which is the one person tanking Elerethe, you will be webbed to your co-tank, and any damage that you take is also reflected to your tank through the web. The damage reflection starts at 100% and then goes up if they travel further than 20 yards away. This is through something called Web of Pain. Now, the reason Guardians are ideal for tanking the boss in this phase of the encounter is because of a couple reasons. One, our AoE pickup from multi-directions isn't that good. I mean, it's okay, it's passable, you can do it if you need to with Moonfire and Taunt, but other tanks are much better, and we are extremely good at reducing physical damage, especially from melee swings, so having us stay on the boss makes much more sense because you can bank rage for the movement, which happens during Vile Ambush. Vile Ambush will happen, you move out of the circle, travel to where you're going, and make sure you bank rage before this time. This is also a good time to use a Galactic Guardian proc if you have one up, and then by the time the boss gets to you, you can already have 2+ Iron Furs up, pop Bristling Fur, and then have even more rage to reduce the damage while your co-tank handles the spiders. Spiders themselves have a very weak melee attack, and their primary danger is through two things. First, their melee attacks apply a stacking dot, which can stack infinitely as far as I know, but you generally won't get that high because your DPS will kill the spiders, and then each spider that dies drops a venomous pool, just like the ones from Necrotic Poison, but you don't care about Necrotic Poison, so I'm not going to describe it. Basically, you have a bunch of spiders on you, they're stacking a dot on you, it's all magical damage, or nature damage, but same deal. And you want to make sure that you're spreading out the pools so you're not taking too much damage from the pools that drop, and killing the spiders as quickly as possible so that you reduce the nature damage you are taking and thus reflecting to your co-tank. We're not horrible at dealing with magic damage, but other tanks are better, plus other tanks are better at the AoE pickup, as I said. So having Guardian on Elerethe is really good, and then having some other tank deal with the spiders is also really good. After 2 ambushes, Elerethe will transition into her bird form. Basically, when this happens, she continues meleeing for a short while, and then starts channeling something called Gathering Clouds. You don't really care about it too much, but the part that happens after Gathering Clouds is part that you do care about. So one tank will be taking the feather, which you'll see in the video, and the other tank will be traveling across the webs to the next platform. For each person that steps on a web, it spawns a spider. So again, Guardians are better suited to be the ones flying and tanking the boss when they spawn rather than dealing with the spiders for the same reasons as in Phase 1. So ideally, you would be the one grabbing a feather and then hopping over the next platform. You can just make it there from one jump, from the edge of platform 1 to the edge of platform 2, dodging everything, and then just pick up the boss while your co-tank deals with the spiders. If you do have to deal with the spiders, hopefully you have a Warlock portal to reduce the number that are spawning, but otherwise you're pretty much just going to have to sit at the edge of the web and pick up any that come across, and hopefully your DPS are killing them quickly enough that they do not become a problem. In bird form, the only two things you care about are something called Raking Talons, which is an ability that happens twice in succession in like a 6 or 8 second period, where the first one leaves a debuff on you that lasts 10 seconds and increases the damage taken from Raking Talons by a pretty high percentage. The idea here is one person takes Raking Talons, the other tank taunts, and then takes the second Raking Talons so the damage is not amplified through the debuff. Other than that, the only thing to care about is something called Brazier Wing. Just get behind the boss and it will mean nothing to you. After that, the fight simply repeats itself until the boss is dead. For talents, you can go with either Brambles for DPS or Bristling Fur for survivability. Blood Frenzy doesn't really get much use here because the only extra targets don't live very long, so it's pretty useless. Movement, I forgot to include Guttural Roars for the movement talent because that's one you're going to take every time in order to help out with Vile Ambushes. In terms of affinities, you can either go with Feral. Just remember you cannot use it while the spider form, i.e. Web of Pain, is active, but you can totally use it in bird form for extra damage, or just take Resto for survivability. The rest of the talents are your standard cookie cutter talents: Galactic Guardian, Guardian of Balloon, and Rend and Tear. For Rend and Tear, it's important to remember to make sure you have a thrash up before the bird takes off and before the vile ambush happens. Otherwise, there's the potential for thrash to fall off, which reduces the effectiveness of rend and tear. But it's really easy to do, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and it still makes rend and tear extremely good. Hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck with Elerethe. Alright, Sonny, I promise I won't kill you.
Somebody's standing in green stuff, with green stuff in the group. Or what?
I had my RA as my set focus. That was very stupid.
Go.
Run.
I'm in the group holy.
Whoa, who's that? What are you doing way over there? Oh my god! So as you know, you're supposed to go purple with those, right?
My bad. First time I ever got that, so I forgot.
Watch your feet.
What?
Oh, of course I missed.
Front of cone.
Some spiders.
Range, you want to kill the spiders, please?
God, this is boring on normal heroic.
It's basically normal.